Changes are of two types, reversible and irreversible. Changes that can be reverted to their original state are reversible changes. Let's try this. Take some sand and mix it in water. Would you be able to remove sand from water after they are mixed together? Try this one. Melt a chocolate bar to liquid. Do you think you can solidify the same liquid to be a chocolate bar again? These are examples of reversible change. Irreversible changes. Let us now look at some more changes and find out whether we can reverse them. Let's try breaking an egg and beating it for an omelette. Let's try to fry this beaten egg on a fry pan. Can we now get the original egg back?
Or a dry cell is the source of electricity for the bulb to glow. Let us know how the bulb in a torch glows. Step 1. Take out the bulb from a torch. You can see that the bulb is a small globe of thin glass, inside which a coiled filament is fixed on two thick wires. One of these thick wires is connected to the metal case around the base of the bulb. The other wire is connected to the metal tip at the base of the bulb. The metal case and metal tip at the base are two terminals of the bulb. Finally, connect free end of one wire to the positive terminal of the cell and free end of the other wire to the negative terminal of the cell. This may be done with the help of a rubber band or an adhesive tape. After the connection, you can see that the bulb lights up. Closed and open circuit. If you see both the wires are connected to both the terminal, it is an unbroken path. It is a closed circuit. Disconnect one of the wires. Light can travel through a vacuum. That is how the light from the sun reaches our planet Earth. If we keep an opaque object in front of the source of light, the path of light is obstructed, thus forming a shadow behind the opaque object. This shows the light travels in a straight line, else we could have seen through the opaque object. The light travels in a straight line. Just as a ball bounces off a wall when we hit it, similarly, the light bounces off objects when it strikes it. The most important fact is that the angle at which the light strikes an object is same as the angle at which it gets reflected. Let us study about it in detail. The reflection of light at a surface obeys the following two laws, which are called the laws of reflection. According to this law, angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. That is, angle I is equal to angle R. The incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. We now know that light falling on an object is reflected. Reflection from a smooth surface like that of a mirror is called regular reflection. Reflection of light from the water surface and highly polished floors are also examples of regular reflections. Images are formed by the regular reflection of light. Diffused or irregular reflection takes place when a ray of light is incident on a surface such as wall or wood, which is not smooth or polished. An image is not formed in this case. In this case, the different portions of the surface reflect the incident light in different directions. The light sent to our eyes by most of the objects we see around us is due to the diffused reflection from their surfaces. One plane mirror gives one image of an object. Can you tell how many images we would obtain with two plane mirrors? Let us perform an activity to know the number of images formed using two plane mirrors. Take two plane mirrors. Set them at right angles to each other with their edges touching. Place a lighted candle in between the mirrors. How many images do you see? Strangely, we can see 3 images of the candle in 2 mirrors. This is how multiple images are formed in a mirror maze that we all enjoy going through. Vibrating body. Sound is a pressure distribution that moves through a medium in the form of mechanical waves. When a force is exerted on an atom, it moves from its rest or equilibrium position and exerts a force on the adjacent particles. These adjacent particles are moved from their rest position, and this continues throughout the medium. This transfer of energy from one particle to the next is how sound travels through a medium. The words mechanical wave is used to describe the distribution of energy through a medium by the transfer of energy from one particle to the next. Sound waves that travel parallel to the direction of the particle movement are called longitudinal waves. However, it is possible to produce other types. Waves which move perpendicular to the direction of particle movement. We hear sound through our ears. The shape of the outer part of the ear is like a funnel. Sound enters and travels down a canal at the end of which a thin membrane is stretched tightly called eardrum. Sound vibrations make the eardrum vibrate, and the eardrum sends vibrations to the inner ear, and through inner ear it goes to the brain. This is how we hear sound. Blood is a fluid that is essential for our survival. It carries oxygen and nutrients to body parts. It also carries waste away from body parts for removal. Blood consists of blood cells floating in a fluid called plasma. Plasma is yellow in color. 90% of it is water. Besides water, plasma contains hormones, proteins, glucose, and carbon dioxide. There are 3 types of blood cells: red blood cells, RBCs, white blood cells, WBCs, and platelets. RBCs are also known as erythrocytes. They are disc-shaped. They contain a protein called hemoglobin, which is rich in iron and gives the blood its red color. Hemoglobin transports oxygen to different parts of the body. WBCs are also known as leukocytes. They come in many different shapes. They produce antibodies to fight the germs entering the body. Platelets. Platelets are also known as thrombocytes. They are oval in shape. They facilitate the clotting of blood.